What's up, guys? Charles from Team COG here, coming at you with new Danger and Noble Knight support. So this is the first video we've ever done kind of like this. Is going to be a review of the cards. I really like Dangers. I've always been a fan of cryptids. I grew up watching Destination Truth, Monster Quest. I even watch Paranormal Activity because it has some cryptids that pop up in there. I love the cryptids. And I'm very good on folklore and lore in general, and most cards and most just everything. I'm trying to be an educated man. Noble Knights also, I really enjoy the Noble Arthurian lore. And I also just enjoy the knight. I like knights and warriors in general. So both decks got some new wave of support. So I'm gonna bring you the cards. I'm gonna show you the cards, give you my review on them, and tell you what I think of them. And we'll just jump into it. So the first card, previously before these cards, Danger Thunderbird. I think this is it right here. Danger Thunderbird was revealed, and it was thought to be the worst Danger so far. However, Konami really decided to prove us wrong on that. I did not think this card was bad out of release. I thought another trade-in target was great because this card could potentially pop a card with trade-in and draw 2 cards, and then Twin Twisters just became a pop 3 for free, essentially. So, well, not really free. Well, yeah, the pop 3. You get the pop 3 for free, but we'll go on to Danger Dogman. So if you guys don't know, Dogman here is a level 7 Dark. It's a Beast Warrior, and all the Dangers have the same primary effect. They can be revealed in the hand. Your opponent randomly chooses them. If they do not choose the Danger Dogman, it special summons and draws you a card. So the deck has a lot going for it for the simple fact that everything special summons, and you can special summon them multiple times, or multiple ones. That's not a hard once per turn at all. The deck has a lot going for it. However, this new wave of support really kind of ain't the best, but not every wave of support you can get can be busted. So the Dogman is clearly based off of a werewolf. Mostly, if you guys do not know, there is a Beast of Bray Road, which I think is up in Michigan or Minnesota, one of the 2 northern states of the United States. It is a werewolf-like creature that apparently hunts on a road. And not only that, there's like the Dog Soldiers, which results in the Cheyenne legend, and other Native American cultures believe in the Dogman. So this card says if this card is discarded, you can have all face-up monsters your opponent controls currently lose 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. So that's Danger Dogman's effect. It's not the best effect in all honesty, but I don't think the 1,000 reduce was really needed. Almost all your monsters, besides maybe the smaller ones in Nessie, are huge. So is the 1,000 less really needed? This could have been a Monster Reborn. This could have been something else, but I digress. It's still a Danger card. It's another name for you to special and search it and stuff like that. So we'll move on. Danger Mothman. So as you can see over here in the corner down here, the lamp jokes are here. Danger Lamp Brother. So it's a level 4 Dark Insect. Same effect as all the other ones. Reveal, randomly discard. But this one says if this card is discarded, both players draw a card and discard a card. So this card's all right. In reality, it's a Danger-themed Dark World Dealings, which I do have to admit that I do like, in a sense. Gives the deck potentially 6 Dark World Dealings, where eventually if you can potentially be drawing your opponent into cards also, but they're also having to discard a card. But remember, guys, Dark World Dealings and this card can potentially, if your opponent bricked and if you're drawing all these cards, you can potentially unbrick your opponent's hand, which is why I've never been truly a fan of Dark World Dealings or cards like that in a sense, because you give your opponent the ability to correct their already incorrect hand or their not so busted hand and turn it into busted. But the Moth Brother here is based out of the Mothman, which is in West Virginia. He apparently took down a bridge, according to folklore, and killed 18 to 20 people, I think, in the accident. He's supposed to be a herald of doom. If you see the Mothman, which you can identify with his big red eyes, he's supposed to bring bad misfortune on you. But so overall, out of the lore from the card, we'll jump into what I really personally think of this card. I give it a 7 out of 10, I think. Having an in-themed draw card that is draw 1, discard 1, that can also trigger off your other Danger cards are really good, especially since this card is searchable through Nessie. So it's really good. I like the artwork of these guys. They're really cool. So we'll just go on. Danger Shunoko. So I do believe that this is a Japanese folklore, and if it's not Japanese, I think it might actually be Central American. For some reason, this picture gave it a level 1. However, it is a level 3, as you can see down here in that Christian Yu-Gi-Oh! Shout out to them. They fixed. So this card says if this card is discarded, you can special summon it. So this card is essentially a Dark World Beige. So it's actually pretty good. It's a level 3. It has synergy with Jackalope, which allows you to overlay potential rank 3 plays. It's a 0 defense, 1300 attack. It's not too bad. I don't think it's awful. However, I think its artwork is adorable. A snaky boy. I give this card a 7 out of 10 as well, just because it allows you to special summon. And maybe in the future we are probably going to get a Danger Link monster, which will be really good. So the ability to special summon this card if it's discarded is really, really good. It has pretty much 2 special summon abilities. Both of its effects special summon itself, which I think are really good. We'll move on to Danger Response Team. So this card is actually, I think, one of my favorite, the best spell card outside of, well, yeah, the best spell card they got so far. It's really good. So target 1 danger monster, you control 1 monster on the field, return them to the hand. So remember, guys, it says target 1 danger monster, you control 1 monster on the field. It doesn't have to be your opponent's monster. It can be your own monster. So you can bounce back your own cards if you want to. So it is a form of spot removal, which is pretty much free. And then you can use the same effect in the same turn. If this card is in your graveyard, discard 1 card, draw 1 card. Excuse me, discard this card, place it at the bottom of the deck, then draw 1 card. So I can already see a potential combo with this deck. If you are able to summon out Bigfoot, if you're trying to pop a card and your opponent, you have 2 cards, or yeah, your opponent doesn't, you special the Bigfoot out of your hand, you use this to bring it back, bounce this card, bounce 1 card, and then you use the card engraver to discard the Bigfoot to set it and pop the card. So it's essentially a 2 forms of removal, which are really good. This can also be done with Thunderbird. You can use this to bounce a monster and then destroy a spell or trap as well, and draw a card. So I think it's busted. I think it's the best card. The artwork's pretty cool. It shows them having some sort of eel-like creature down there that the scientist is going nuts over. Maybe it's the Tokonoko. Doesn't look like it. However, this gives me a Godzilla-like feel. If you guys remember the old Godzilla movies, there's like the team and the new ones that go around hunting after the kaiju. Pacific Rim term there. The Mutos, the whatever they're called. It's good. I think this is probably the best card so far. The ability to have spot removal and to trigger off your dangers for pretty much without any sort of like crazy cost or anything is really good. So the second expedition into danger. So I think this is the worst trap we've got so far. I think Danger Zone is better. But this card does offer the same effect as a Danger Response Team has. If it's in the graveyard, you can discard 1 card to set it and draw a card. So I think that's what makes this trap good. The first effect of this card is discard 1 card, and then target 1 danger monster you control gains 500 attack and defense until the end of this turn. So the 500 attack and defense is not really necessary, but what it does is allow you to have a discard outlet on your opponent's turn to discard the Bigfoot, to potentially pop a monster or discard Thunderbird, or just trigger off any danger monsters you want, which I think are really good. For the most part, it's an okay card. Maybe a 1 of, maybe a 0 of. Who knows? The artwork is beautiful. If you look up in the right-hand corner up here, you see Thunderbird flying, which is really cool. So now we're going on to the Noble Knights. So this card right here is probably one of my favorite Noble Knights. Yavin. It has a lion. If you guys don't know, I love lions. So this card says if a Noble Arms equipped spell card becomes equipped to this card, you can special summon a token, level 4 warrior, 1000 attack, 1000 defense, light. Also, you cannot special summon monster for the rest of this turn except for Noble Knights. You can only use this effect of Noble Knights even once per turn. While this card is equipped with a Noble equipped spell, all Noble Knight monsters you control gain 500 attack, which the 500 gain is pretty good. The reason I'm going to tell you, like, this card on paper seemed pretty bad. However, it's not that bad. I'll tell you the reason why. It's a 1 card is sold. Well, it's technically a 2 card is sold because you have to have a Noble Arms to equip to it, but you have so many equipped cards, and you also have Glory of the Noble Knights. So it's a 1 card is sold. My personal opinion with Noble Knights is their artwork is amazing, the story is amazing, the cards are really good. However, they lack a going first. They have like no way, unless they like are able to make a Baguska and pass. I don't think that's an appropriate first turn. Most of their cards activate. They're not quick effects. So that's just my opinion of them. So we will move on to the next card, which is Morgan, the Enchantress of Avalon. So this card is busted. It's really good. I think it's the best card they got out of this new wave. So if your opponent activates a card or effect while you control a Noble Knight monster and a Noble Arms equipped spell card, quick effect, you can discard this card, or you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, destroy 1 Noble Arms equipped spell you control, and if you do, negate the activation of the previous card or effect, and you can only use this effect of Morgan, the Enchantress of Avalon, once per turn. So they gave Noble Knights a hand trap. They gave it the Subterra Fiendus ability. So that's really good, guys. If you guys don't know, if you discard this card, destroy Noble Arms, almost all of your Noble Arms, with an exception of I think 1 or maybe 2, can re-equip themselves. So it's pretty much a free negate by just having by just having a monster on field. So it's pretty good. I mean, the artwork is beautiful. Morgan really fits within the lore of the deck. It's just a beautiful card, and it's something that people are going to have to watch out for now. I think this new wave of support that Noble Knights got will actually put them up on the road contender. Maybe potentially better, but... So here is the busted card. So this is Heritage of the Chalice. Add one Noble Knight monster from... excuse me, guys. I can't speak today. Add one Noble Knight monster or Noble Arms card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So that first sentence there just solved so many problems that Noble Knights had. Noble Knights had only one rota to search out anything they needed. And in some hands, you would open a bunch of spells and no monsters. Some hands, you'd open a bunch of monsters and no spells. So this right here fixes this problem. This right here allows you to have search for any Noble Knight or any Noble Arms. Your best starter card in the entire deck is Medrot. So sometimes not opening Medrot was really rough. And sometimes Custonin, who also appears here in the artwork here, Custonin and Gawain, kind of supplemented that by having the ability to special summon themselves from the hand. But this card is amazing. This is what the deck needed. It would be better if the deck said you could search both, or maybe search one then equipped. You know, it would have been really good. However, I'm not going to complain. This card is busted. It's what they needed, but there's even more to its effect. So if your Noble Knight monster equipped with the Noble Arms card equipped spell is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. Well, that's okay. While this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand, and you can only use one Heritage of the Chalice effect once per turn. So the battle effect is kind of, I mean, that should have been destroyed by battle or card effect in my personal opinion, just because your monsters are going to be pretty beefy, so you're not really going to get plowed over a lot. But if you do get plowed over, you can add this card back, which is another form of searching. So it's a recursion. However, I still think there's going to be 3 of them in the deck just because you want to see it. It's just so good. So the artwork is beautiful too. Man, so yeah, so that's an amazing card that the Noble Knights have got. We'll move on. So this says until Noble Arms are needed once again. Okay, so this artwork is cool. It's a trap. I'm confused. So this right here seems like this card is ending the lore by the name of it, but we'll jump into the effect. Excavate cards on the top of your deck equal to the number of Noble Arms equipped cards you control, and if you do, add one of them to your hand. Also place the remaining cards on the top of your deck in any order. You can banish this card from your graveyard except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. Special summon from your deck one Noble Knight monster with a different name from the card you control or in your graveyard. You can only use the effect of until Noble Arms are needed once again per turn. Wow. So this card's effect is really good. It's a trap, so it's a little bit slow. However, it's a good trap. I'm not going to lie. So it allows you to excavate and add, which is already busted. But I think the graveyard effect is really what is the best, to be honest with you guys. So it allows you to summon from the deck. Of course, it has to wait a turn, but it allows you to summon from the deck. So you in phase activate this, summon from your deck, say a Medrot because you didn't open Medrot or didn't get the Chalice to search a Medrot. You activate this, you excavate an equip spell, add it to your hand. Then on your turn, you banish this and summon Medrot, activate the equip spell, combo off with Medrot, and still have a normal summon. I think this card is really good, personally. I think it might see play as a 1-of, maybe 2-of, personally. It can be Foolish Brother of Goods if you want to go that route, but anyway, that's about it for this card. It's really good. I hope this is not ending the lore. I hope there'll be more. They should be more, but who knows. They could just be doing 2 sets of Noble Knights and potentially do 2 sets of another TCG exclusive. I don't know. But we will have to wait and find out. So that is it, guys. That is it for the Danger and the Danger and the Noble Knights. Excuse my language, my speaking complex. Guys, the support's very well good. I think Danger was a little underwhelming. I do think Noble Knights came out on top in this one, and I think if they continue to give support like this to Noble Knights could be a very well meta contender. They're solving a lot of the problems that the deck should have had solved right on the gate, though. That's my one pet peeve with it. They should have had these cards. They shouldn't have had to give them to them years later. They should have had these cards. But now that they're doing it, I'm pretty happy. I'm glad they are because the Noble Knights are a beautiful deck. Their artwork is beautiful. Their rarity, a secret Medrot, is amazing. They're just so beautiful, and they're very well needed. But Danger, Danger was really hyped out on release, and I think that they really shouldn't have hyped it so much if they're going to give this wave such lackluster support. It's just money grab is all it is. Like I said, I think Danger Thunderbird, the Danger Rescue Team, and Danger Tukogo are probably the 3 best Dangers out of this, whereas every Danger card that was released was good in the first wave. Bigfoot, Nessie, Chupacabra, and Jackalope, along with Danger Zone, were all busted cards. And now this set seems a little underwhelming. I think that the Noble Knights did come out on top again, and it's just going to be real interesting to see how this goes. Maybe if the deck is cheap enough, I will pick up the Dangers. I'm just not willing to spend $150 for a playset of Bigfoots or $150 for a playset of Nessie. However, I might pick up Noble Knights again, guys. I don't know. I've always enjoyed that deck. I had that deck before at max rarity before the I think at 2000 Nationals during Zodiac format. I had that deck. I sold it for really high because the Noble Knight Link was being speculated, so that all the prices were hyped. So I think I sold I bought Midrots for like $5, sold them for 15. So it was a good deal for me. However, I might just pick up the deck again and bring you guys a deck profile with it. My teammate Ryan here has the entire deck, but he doesn't really play it a lot, so maybe I'll see what he decides to do with it. Maybe he'll do a deck profile, but I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Comment down below if you like this segment, if you think these segments are good. Please also comment what you guys think of Danger and Noble Knights. What are your guys' opinions? Do you foresee them going good? Is Danger just an overhyped deck? Is Noble Knights done until we meet until we see the next wave of support? We'll never know. But without further ado, guys, this is Charles from Team COG bringing you our card discussion. So please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Shout out to my sponsors, Game Time. They are just amazing. They do everything. So, all right, guys, this is Charles signing out.